Hello, I'm just retweeting the show on Twitter. We don't call it that anymore. It's on X. How are we, fellas? BackChat powered by Paywise or powered by Hammer? Yeah, correct.
Powered by me. Cheers.
No Thursday night footy last night was annoying.
Yeah, it sucked. I hate it.
My general...
I was watching the golf, though.
What golf?
US Open.
Is that on?
Yeah.
How's the cook going? How's the chef going?
He's okay. He replied to a funny thing today. So the US Open put out this, it was like par 4, 552 yards, which is just fucking stupid.
Yes.
And he replied to it saying, I'm leaving the I'm withdrawing from the tournament. Got like 7,000 likes. Hilarious.
Really?
Pretty funny. Not actually, not actually what?
I don't know.
I don't even know what word you're trying to say.
Withdrawing is the word I'm trying to say.
Right.
My routine when I get home on a Thursday, I come home from footy training, coaching Aquinas.
Yep.
I get home. When I get off the track, I make sure my dream team fantasy is set.
Yep.
I'm rattling through teams. Make sure I got the vice captain and captain sorted. I get home. It's about halfway through the first quarter. Shoes off. Maybe even like a little dressing gown.
Yeah. I've been smashing my dressing gown recently.
Tell
it's
the kids
awesome.
to shut up for a second. Everyone knows I just watch the footy. And I watched 4 quarters of footy, and it's brilliant.
That's
and
good.
I didn't get that last night in my life.
It's disappointing.
And I'm in a shit mood because of it.
We can do it tonight.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we always get to do a Friday night, Dan.
True.
Always have. Sandy Roberts used to be able to do it with us on Friday night. Like, I don't want Friday night. I want Thursday night back.
Yeah.
What's the reasoning?
What's the reasoning we cut?
Cut the buys.
No, what's the reason why?
Look,
they don't
I haven't
do
spoken to
Dills.
I believe some people are saying it's because of the broadcast deal that they only have a certain amount that they want to do this year because they're holding. They know it's a great product.
back.
They're holding back, but they've already done the new broadcast deal.
Stop doing the 11 o'clock Saturday morning game where I'm like drinking coffee, watching footy. It sucks.
Yeah.
Move one game to Thursday night. What are you doing?
Hey,
Idiots.
I'd be really interested to know if people think there's any difference in today's show. We've been prepping pretty hard this year, and you know what we do at BackChat. We try, well, at least I try to.
Preppers, they call us.
I just like to be honest with what we're doing. We've tried to prep as little as possible for this show. I am seeing some things on our run sheet for the very first time today.
It's like me. I never see a run sheet.
Correct. So I think we're trying to channel our in a hammer.
In a hammer.
Yep, I like that.
Just roll in, not know what's going on, and then just go with the best. Dip, dub, dodge, dive. Roll with the punches.
Good.
Today on
Also,
the show.
the setup looks different.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah, love it.
So we
Really
went
like
more
it.
of a corner feel. We feel like
We are in the corner.
I just feel like I'm in a sauna sometimes. Like
Yes.
very wooden.
We decided. Didn't we talk about getting a sauna for the new space once we eventually moved?
Do the
We did-
podcast in it.
Yeah.
That would be funny as who can last the longest in the sauna.
in one of those
World
infrared
record.
ones.
Yeah.
World record.
Dead.
Hammer breaks attempt.
Hammer breaks.
Hey boys, on today's show, Bulldogs young defender James O'Donnell.
Jod.
Hey,
Jesus.
Jod.
Jod. Do you know Jod?
No, never heard of him.
Did
in
you
my
just
life.
say Jod?
Yep.
Because
I
that's
said
his
him 'cause
nickname.
That's what Dan said it first.
Okay, great. It's his nickname.
Do you know where I thought of
He's
Jod?
fucking brilliant.
Is he?
He is very good. Jod. I thought of Jod because of Cod. Craig O'Donoghue. Used to always call him Cod.
I thought you were talking about the fish.
Would it
No.
be Sauce? Because the son of Simon O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Come with me. Could we call him Sauce?
Son of Stephen.
Sod.
What's that?
Son of O'Donnell.
That's
No, it
Simon
doesn't work.
O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Son of O'Donnell.
We get through all the stuff on the weekend. We got a bunch of things coming up. I believe we'll get a hammer ranks out of you today. Have
It's
you
a
brought
good
something
one.
in
Yeah,
today?
I've got something in. I've cooked up something nice. It's
Okay.
fun. It's different.
You've been in the kitchen.
I have been in the kitchen cooking. It's a bit personal, this one. So it's,
Okay.
well, it's in like I'm not opening up and being
Favourite body
vulnerable or
parts?
anything. Yeah. Tits.
What,
How
yours?
is that personal? That's not personal.
What,
That's not personal.
You like him too?
Tits. What the fuck? All right, boys, I got something really important and personal to tell you. Tits.
No. No, we're breaking some stuff down, so it'll be fun.
Okay,
Good.
Tits.
It's got nothing to do
Damn it,
with
stop five tits.
got nothing to do with tits.
You absolute idiot. You absolute idiot. I don't know if you've seen on socials. If you haven't, join us, BackChat _. We've got some specials happening in merch right now. We've got mystery boxes.
We sold a couple already.
We thought you can't make your fucking mind up.
No.
So we're going to put a box full
Sure.
of shit
A box
together.
full of shit together. Yeah, love it.
And we're going to discount the fuck out of it.
I will say so India, who puts together the mystery box, I don't know if I'm allowed to even say this, but whatever. We got an order from someone.
Who's going to tell you off? This is your podcast.
That's true. So we got an order from someone. So Indy went on to their Instagram page,
Great.
scoped him out a bit, and said, "I think they'll like this," and put together a box
Wow.
based on that
Personalised.
person's. Yeah, personalised.
That's
So-
actually very good.
yeah.
Didn't know we were doing that.
Well, I didn't know either, but Indy just decided to do it, and it seemed to.
So
Above and
there's
beyond.
three. There's three mystery boxes. I don't know which one you'd like, Hammer. So there's 3 t-shirts for $100,
Shut up.
and we're just going to go into the merch room and just start picking them out of boxes.
Yep.
Your size.
In your size.
Yeah,
box.
that'd be huge. That's unfortunate if you get a small and
We're
an
giving
extra
away all
small
the
and an
triple
triple
XLs.
XLs.
We've got the winter box, which
That's a good box. I like that box.
hoodie, tee, cap.
Yeah.
Cap. That's $130.
Okay.
And this one's a special, $180. 1 limited release item, 2 tees. So the limited release item, 2 tees will be sort of any of our great stuff.
Yeah.
The limited release item, we've got a full box in our merch room with stuff we've made over the journey that were like very limited releases. So we're talking
The Bison.
the Bison.
Yep.
There's like 3 Bison t-shirts
Or
left.
shit, yeah? Is that any still
Yes,
in
There's
there?
that's
one oh shit, yeah.
Wow.
There's Western Fisters jackets.
Oh,
There's
they are so good.
Western Fisters shorts. Like and we're
Yeah.
talking like maybe like 1 medium and an extra
Yeah,
large.
okay,
like really limited release.
Yeah.
That's a proper lucky dip. Like Indy's
Yeah.
going to put her hand in there, like the claw,
Yeah.
pull it out.
It's pretty easy to know when you got the jacket. Yeah.
But they won't know.
They won't know. Yeah, the people won't know. of course.
BackChatStudios.com.au. Jump onto the shop there. Mystery boxes going out the door. Hey, it's Dusty's 300th this week.
Yeah.
I did a
Well
bit
done,
of
Dusty.
I did a bit
Congrats,
of
mate.
I did a bit of a tribute to Dusty over on the Shelter Footy Cast. I had some feedback that I completely fucking nailed it. Like I
Did ya?
absolutely couldn't have done any better. We're not going to show you it, all right?
No,
because
it's
we haven't
very
prepped
good.
for this show at all.
It's very
so I don't
good.
have the video for you. But I spoke about how scary the bloke was. When Adam Papalea on the Shelter Footy Cast with me and Mark, instead of Mark Reddings, he said, like, why is he hard? Tell us about Dusty. And when I started thinking about Dustin Martin, I started thinking about how literally I was scared to play against him. Him,
Terrified.
Buddy,
Never played on either of them, but
like
You would have killed him though.
yeah, would have.
like Gary Ablett Jr. and like the greats.
Yeah.
They never used to be scared up against Gads. Like things that scared me wasn't like a player kicking 5 goals. Like that
You just
wasn't
knew
that
Gaz
scary.
was going to
'cause-
dominate.
Yeah, correct. But
Yeah.
you knew Buddy and Dusty were too.
Mm.
But it was like a sickening in your stomach.
Yep.
And for Dusty, it was actually his like persona.
Yeah.
Didn't speak a word.
He's very calm.
Wouldn't
and like,
even look at you.
Yeah.
Tats all over him.
Yep.
Ripped, tanned, like
Hanging out with
muscly.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, like
When he wants to.
intimidating. Proper intimidating. I
Yeah.
didn't get intimidated much, but I would see him and I'd be like, wouldn't want to
Yeah.
even look at him.
When Dusty would go, because they would sort of rest him up forward, right, from the midfield.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not rest him. He'd go down forward to kick goals.
Yes.
Is it like a you take him, no, you take him,
Yeah.
or is it just
No.
whoever cops his opponent swap?
Pre-game.
Yeah, it's like if he goes forward, Schoey, you've got him.
Pre-game, the backchat meeting. The backchat meeting.
Yeah.
In the back line, you would have matchups.
Yep.
So when Christian Petrarca comes forward, when Dusty comes forward, someone has
When
him.
Degoe comes forward.
And it was usually me. When on those mids, it was me. And then Shep. Like Shep used to do that a
Yeah.
bit, but then Shep kind of...
He was more the smaller.
Yeah, and he would have like the matchup all day.
Forward, yeah.
He'd like the Brady Hoff now at West
Yeah,
Coast.
Tom.
I was always like, when the taller, stronger midfielder that's not a key position but is quick enough to be, like that was me.
you.
And so
Fun.
You
you'd
just
be-
get the best player everywhere.
correct, but then you'd be like doing a great job on like a key position backman, and then it's like Dusty starts strolling down. So then not only do you have to go and play on Dusty, but let's say Jack Rewalt, who you've just been playing on.
Yeah, he kicks 4.
TB goes on to him, kicks 4 on TB. So he's had his lick. Dusty's kicked 3 on you. You go back to Jack, he's hot, right? So you're just like jumping.
Yeah,
in the-
and on the off chance you do a really good job on Dusty, he goes back in the middle and gets 8 clearances.
Correct, mate.
It is.
He's not. Is he done? He's not going on again after this year. Is he?
Nah,
He'll go to Gold Coast for a year.
What about
You
your
reckon
boys?
get a big payday?
What about your boys?
Could be at North.
North.
Could go to North.
Would
There
you have
was-
I
it?
won't go to North.
I saw something through the week, and
He'd go to
like,
North just so he could teach everyone how to train
do-
and play good football.
if we haven't tormented North Melbourne fans,
Who's we?
like we as a society,
Oh,
Yeah.
right, over decades now, or over a decade of like
of course.
of not getting Harley Reid, of can't sign a free agent,
Yes.
losing a lot of games.
Heaps.
Dusty's agent this week came out and said in 2017, right, pre the dynasty,
is this Ralphie? Ralph Carr. So he's
yeah.
someone Ralph, yeah.
He came out and said 2017, Dusty got a huge offer from North Melbourne, decided not to take it.
That was Gaff. was the Gaff money.
That was
Yeah.
Gaff the year up, yeah.
Like Josh Kelly was involved in that.
Yeah.
Andrew Gaff was involved in that. Dusty.
Yeah.
They were going on every big name at the time.
So now,
I
now
thought
North Melbourne fans need to think back like, oh,
From memory, it was like 1.6 million a year back then.
and that's a lot.
that's
Which
huge.
That's a lot now.
It's a lot now. It's more than anyone's making right now. And he was going to get it back then. Wow. He's a
Shame.
good player.
Do we need to hear from him this week? He's not doing interviews. Refused to do them.
Nah, we don't need to hear from him. I
You
think
boys
it adds
don't care?
It adds to his
What's he
aura.
going to say? Oh, yeah. Like, he's not a media guy. He doesn't
It
talk
adds
much.
to, it adds to him, I think.
What I would like to know from
What would you
Dusty-
ask him?
I was going to say, what would you ask Dusty? Just sit on that. What I would like to know is, so 3-time Normie, right?
Yeah.
Right. He has been the best player in a grand final three
Three
times.
times.
We've never seen it before, and we probably never will.
We're never going to see it again.
What's his like mindset coming into a grand final? Is he like the guy that's like sitting on his bed, nervous? He's like, I know I have to play well for the boys to win, or is he? I think like Buddy Franklin was I'm that much better than these blokes. Like I'm going to dominate, whether he did or didn't,
Yeah.
Buddy. But that was his mindset. He was like, I'm the king. It's like
Yeah.
get out of my way.
Get out of my way.
I want to know what Dusty used to think. Like, what was his mindset? Like,
Yeah.
is it do or die? Is it I'm just going to have fun today? And if he did that, like I know I'm going to dominate. That's what I would ask. Like, tell me about exactly what you were thinking before grand finals. It could have just been nothing.
I
was
reckon
listening to
that's what he
music.
would say. He'd be like, I don't know, let's go out and play footy. I'm that good.
That might be what he'd say. I would like to know.
Yeah, like actually get a
Yeah.
proper answer.
Yeah. But I don't know. What would you ask him?
It's a good question. That would be right up there. I'd ask him probably like, why are you keeping on going? Like what's
That's a good point.
what's next? What
Yeah,
do
is,
you do?
is 300 an actual
300
driver?
it.
I feel like he doesn't care about 300.
Yeah, but I also Yep.
I just think you look back on your career and if you finished on 297 or something, 3 premierships, it just sounds better. 300 games, 3 premierships.
Yeah.
He's just a legend.
There's little to be argued that he is one of the great all-time individual performers of all
Yeah.
time. And with that being said,
great segue.
I'd like to introduce our greatest segment of all time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And now on the BackChat podcast, Hammer Rex.
All right, what do you got for us, Hammer?
That's a big one. You've towed me in very well.
Segway King.
Top 5 individual
We should get a
performances.
segue in here.
Top 5 individual performances that I've ever seen.
Right.
I was
Wow.
thinking, like there was Kane Corns did something the other day, and it was like the top 5 best players since Dusty or whatever.
Yes. Oh, while he's been playing.
While he's been
I
playing.
saw that list. I've played on them all. Had lots of goals kicked on me
Yeah,
by all.
there's lots of little lists like that have come out, and they're all like top 10, top 5 players of the decade, top 5 players of the century, top 5 individual performances of all time.
Yes.
Do you want? Sorry, just quickly. You
Of
want to
course,
notice
mate.
about the Dusty chatter recently? A lot of butthurt Geelong
Oh
fans.
yeah, of course.
Going, no, Danger's better.
Danger's not better.
That danger.
Yeah, Patrick Dangerfield. Like
Patrick
comparing-
Dangerfield went
Patrick
head-to-head with him.
Dangerfield's not even the top 3 of the club, mate. Gary Ablett Jr. and Joel Selwood's in
They're
front
just
of him.
like all the talk around the players in that era, who was best and stuff. And Geelong fans are just
Mate, like-
fans.
like-
Well, Geelong
and this
fans
is
are
no-
upset because they didn't tag him in the grand final and they lost. That was it.
This
Literally
is
it.
no disrespect to Geelong or Patrick Dangerfield, but
Patrick
like
Dangerfield's a
he would
star.
be in the conversation for top 5 at Geelong. Like that's you know. I hope he gets in the top 5 there.
Plus, he played half his career in Adelaide.
Spare me. Sorry.
Anyways,
and that's
anyway.
not, yeah,
So it's the top 5 individual performances that I've personally seen
with your own eyes,
with my own eyes.
in person.
No, not physically been there, but like watched.
With your eyes.
AFL.
AFL, yes.
Okay.
So it's not like I'm
Pink.
not going to go back and Gary Ablett Senior kicked 14 in a losing grand final. Never saw
And
it.
it's not. Did you say pink?
Yeah,
yeah. It's not like a pink.
saw-
concert.
I saw a pink one time.
It's not a pink concert. It's not the
'Cause
pink
would-
concert, which
you
was
could-
great,
you could,
by the way.
You could list your top
I'll
5
be-
pink
I'll be off.
concerts that
Yeah,
you've been
you
to.
could list
I'll
your
be
top
off.
5
I'll be
pink
off soon
concerts.
for a pink concert.
So this is the top 5 individual performances that I've personally ever seen.
Okay, great.
Number 1.
I don't have anything in front of me.
Is number 1 the
you have-
best?
No, number 1 is 1 vote.
So number 5. Just how.
Okay, sorry.
We
yeah,
don't have any- we
sorry,
don't have,
yeah, yeah.
Number
Oh,
5.
you don't have. I'll
No, we
I'll
have-
give it to you.
Number 5.
Number 5, CP 2021.
Christian
Christian
Petrarca.
Petrarca.
Christian
grand
Petrarca,
final.
grand final 2021.
Was he good? Did he win the Norm?
Fucking oath he won the Norm. I'll read you his stat line. So keep in mind that in this they'd been hubbing a bit. They were like it was a grand final.
Your
they were
brother was
down.
very
My
good.
brother was very good that day. Yeah, he was, but he
Memory.
wasn't as good as Christian Petrarca.
Your brother had the best 10 minutes in a grand final I've seen in a while.
Yeah, he had an exceptional
Diving and
he had
smothering
an
and
exceptional 10
goaling.
minutes. Christian Petrarca, 39 disposals, 2 goals, 1, 11 inside 50s,
39.
9 clearances, 6 centre bounce clearances, 24 contested possessions, 2 goal assists, and an Norm Smith medal.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
And just dominated the game. And it was tight. You fix him
So I'm
out
just
there.
changing mic. There you go.
It was tight. It was a contest. The Bulldogs got in front. Bont dominated, and then he just went, see you later.
That's incredible stat line.
Get on my
And
back,
that's
boys.
your 5. Okay.
That's my 5.
Gee.
But you were there for that.
I was there for that physically in person. Number 4, I was watching this one on the television.
You didn't see a lot of the
HB 2014.
Hayden Ballantyne 2014 Derby.
No.
Okay.
That would have been good.
HB.
round 14, 2014. Gold Coast versus Geelong. HB.
Harry Brown.
Harley Bennell, round 14, Gold Coast versus Geelong.
Did he kick 5?
Harley Bennell had 27 disposals and kicked 6 goals, 3.
Oh my gosh.
In a game that I was just, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
How have you remembered?
Oh, mate, it stood out to me as one of the great games. Number 4, the 4th best game I've ever seen. 27 touches and kicked 6. He stood on someone's head at one point. He literally couldn't do a
He would
thing
have been
wrong.
gliding around the
He
ground.
couldn't do a thing wrong. Gold Coast upset and beat Geelong. Gary Ablett also had 30 and kicked a couple. But like
One of the great talents we never saw full potential of.
that was the full potential on display. 27 and 6.
That's huge.
That is fucking
That's
incredible.
unbelievable. From the midfield?
From the midfield. 27 and 6.
Did they win?
They won. They beat Geelong
Wow.
by 40 points in a massive upset, and Harley Bennell has kicked 6 and had 27
I've
touches.
got a Harley Bennell story.
Go for it.
So one time when I was watching Peel Thunder play, can't remember who, Harley Bennell was on the Freo list,
Up the Thunder.
and they needed Harley Bennell to be active for Peel Thunder a certain amount of games, so that he could do whatever for Freo. He rocked up and was dressed in pants, shoes, and the Peel Thunder jacket, and then after the 3rd minute of the first quarter, he left. So that he could just be on the.
Did he sit on the bench?
Yeah, he sat on the bench and he was suited up and then left after 3 minutes just so they could tick him off that he was on the team.
He just walked out?
Yeah,
You saw
just
him
walked out.
leave the-
Saw him leave the building.
Well, that's pretty disappointing for all your Peel Thunder
Just a
fans.
bit of juxtaposition.
Number
there.
3.
Yep.
Number 3, GA 2014.
Same game,
Same
Gary
game?
Ablett.
Nah, not the same game, Gary Ablett. Round 9 against St Kilda at Docklands. Gary Ablett Jr. has gone out and introduced himself to the Sherrin 37 times to go along with 4 majors. He had 4 tackles, he had 8 clearances, he had 7 inside 50s, he had 22 contested possessions and a couple of goal assists to go along with it.
Once again, why do you remember this?
I remember this because I was watching it and my first thought was like, shit, this is like the worst game ever. Gold Coast versus St Kilda. There was about 8,000 people in the crowd.
Grim.
It was that stretch, just at the start of the stretch or midway through where he went those 4 games, 5 games, 6 games in a row of just being like having 30 and kicking a couple.
Yes.
He'd done it to North Melbourne up at Queensland a couple of weeks before at Metricon. It was pouring down with rain and he just had a couple and had 30 and kicked 2. But like, I remember this period thinking to myself, this guy is the best footballer I've ever seen without a shadow of a doubt.
Did he win the Brownlow 2014? No. Sorry. Keep going.
I don't think he won a Brownlow at Gold Coast.
I think you're an idiot.
He
You're
did.
wrong.
He won a Brownlow Gold Coast.
Did he?
Yeah, he won one. I reckon he won it in 20.
Keep
He
going.
could have won it in 2014. Anyway, he might have been that 2014. Anyway, he was just. I was watching that stretch of games, thinking this guy's. I've never seen anyone be as good at football. He takes the piss. He doesn't even he's in the worst team of all time, and he's just making everyone else look stupid. And this game, he couldn't have done a thing wrong. He was gliding. The ball was bouncing in his hands. He was picking it up one-handed, being clean, selling candy, kicked 4 straight, didn't miss. It was, I was like literally watching there, and I would have been 16 at the time, and I just had a stiffy for the entire game. I've never seen anything like it.
He was 16 in 2014.
Yep.
Makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
2013 was
2013 he won the
2014. You said that 2013 was the Brownlow medal for Gary Ablett.
Who won in 2014?
Don't know. Didn't look. I'll find out now.
Was it Matt Prittis? Yeah, it was Matt Prittis. And then Nat Fyfe was the year after.
It was too. Number 2.
Number 2, it's the flavour of the month. DM 2020.
D. Muggets.
DM 2020.
Dustin Martin.
Dustin Martin in the 2020 Grand Final. As we said before, Geelong fans are fucking upset because there was only one person on the team that could have won that game for Richmond. Geelong had the game done at halftime.
I remember
It was fucking curtains at halftime. Dusty in shortened quarters, has had 21 disposals, 4 goals, had like 9 clearances, 8 inside 50s, 6 score assists.
Did he kick that goal from the pocket?
He kicked that stupid goal from the pocket late.
Yes.
He kicked this barreling banana thing from 55. No one on the ground could have won them that game except for Dustin Martin. With all the pressure, this takes into account the pressure of winning 2-0, like having the 2 norms previous to that. The pressure of knowing that you're about to lose a grand final because it's on the ropes and you're the only bloke on your team that can do anything about it.
Yes.
Knowing that Geelong are probably going to have to throw something at you, which they didn't, which was dumb. And then still deciding that, fuck it, I'm going to just be the best player ever and dominate. Again, one of these things that I'm sitting there watching. I was watching with a couple of Geelong fans who were like, why the fuck is no one on here?
Who played at him?
No one. No one. I think Paddy Dangerfield went dead. No one went anywhere near him, but he was just fucking unstoppable. And that 4th goal was the snap in the pocket where Atkins spoiled it down. He picked it up, shrugged Dangerfield, and just went.
There's your top 5 Dangerfield on the floor watching him. I was watching this game.
It was fucked.
I was at the grand final watch along. It was kind of like the thing you saw in Bali. Who was the Bali watch along with?
Craig Lambert.
Yep.
Michael Champion.
Yep. And
Roy.
Luffy.
Yeah, Rory Luff.
Who?
What's his name?
Troy
Luff.
And
Richard Champion.
Richard Champion.
Well,
Des Headland.
I was at the 2020
2020
watch along.
Yep.
It was Will Schofield, Chris Marston, and Peter Rosethorn. We had a room full of people at the Campfield, and it was a watch along. And I remember watching, just going, "What the fuck?
What the fuck is going on?"
Number 1.
This one is just easy. Has anyone?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking
What
about.
would you, if you had to hazard a guess, as a North Melbourne supporter,
North
watching this game in Tasmania?
13.
Yeah, 13. 13!
We had it on Nathan Grimer. We had it on Delaney.
Yeah, we had it on Michael Ferrito. We had it on Scott Thompson. We had it on every single bloke on that football field. He kicked his 13th with 10 seconds left on the clock.
Yes.
Every single one of those goals was more demoralising than the previous. He kicked more goals than North Melbourne did in their entirety on the day. I believe he had 25 disposals. He kicked 13 goals, 4. Could have kicked 17.
Yep.
That's the best individual performance of football I've ever seen in my entire life.
I just imagine
that's my
being
top
out
5.
there as a defender.
This
is
Like you've played with Buddy when he's kicked 6.
Oh yeah, on Buddy, not even with
Yeah,
him.
you've played on Buddy
On
when he's
him.
kicked 6. Imagine him doubling that and some.
He had 8. He had 8 in round 1, 2018.
2018, yeah.
4 of them on me.
What a way to open up this.
4 on TB in the first quarter. Play him on me in the first, you idiot Pratty. That's why you're at the Western Bulldogs now.
Pretty sure I watched Buddy in a couple of weeks after that play at Freo, played on Griffin Logue.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he still kicked 4, but like Griff was in the votes. Griff was fucking exceptional that day. Buddy still kicked 4 on him.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's my top 5
Good top 5.
I've ever seen. That's the best I've ever seen that can remember.
I wonder if anyone on YouTube's got anything to say about that.
Give it. Let us know.
Any pop to mind with you guys when you're just sitting here?
Oh, bloody hell.
Probably had the whole segment to really think about it.
Well, I was listening to you.
Yeah,
mate.
just listen to us in awe.
I could do a
Nothing.
list of like top 5 I've seen like firsthand on the field, like being on there with them, like seeing it.
What's the number one?
Well,
That.
I mean, Jack Rowell kicked 10 at the G. I never forget that feeling when he turned around, like when the siren went. I never forget the feeling, and it's the reason why I fucking like
hate him.
Yeah, I don't hate him.
You hate him.
Colleague at Fox Footy now, so I don't hate him.
But you hate him.
I hate the thought of him.
Yeah.
Hate the thought
You
of
hate
him.
what he stands for.
Yeah. I went to shake his hand after the game.
And he didn't shake yours.
He didn't do it deliberately, but he was that fucking
Smug.
keen to fucking get to the crowd. After kicking 10, fair enough.
Someone
I'll
on
never
YouTube
forget
said,
it.
"What about Frenchie's bag he kicked against the Bombers 12 out of 13?"
Lecker.
Didn't watch it.
The
Like a BS&M.
They were
Yeah.
feeding him hard.
Who was that? That was on a couple of Carl Hooker would have spent some time on him.
And didn't he get in the third quarter go off with blood rule and then come back on 10 minutes?
Desperate, squealing to get back on the
Yeah.
ground.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to come up with the five best I've seen firsthand. Jack Rewalt would be there, unfortunately. I did get Jack back, actually, though. I punched him, and I got 3 weeks at the tribunal. He
that'll do
spewed
it.
his guts up in the middle of the dome, so sucked in, Jack.
Yeah, that'll do it. Fox Footy colleagues, now you guys are best.
Absolutely sucked in. Talking about being punched and in the guts, Christian Petrarca is missing
Forever.
the rest of the year.
That's rough.
Lucky to not be missing a spleen.
Yep.
Played a bit more as
Still
well.
went back out
That's
there.
incredible.
He did
Tough guy.
He had a full training session with the torn ACL. When he did his ACL the first time, tore it like in the warm-up or something, or in the first couple of drills, did the whole thing, came off at the end. Jeez, a bit sore.
There's lots
He's
of
tough.
aspects to this that I was thinking, like, you would have played in games lots, Hammer, whether it be AFL or Waffle, wherever it is.
Not in lots of AFL ones, but keep going.
Maybe in practice games, I don't know. At least in
Match sim.
AFL land,
Yeah.
where you've hurt yourself and you've had a discussion with the doctor and you've said that you're better than you're feeling,
Yes, heaps of times.
right?
Heaps of times, yeah.
Like,
got
so
it.
What's the worst? What's the worst you've been?
I played in 2022, so 2 years ago. I played for about 6 weeks straight with a grade 3 tear in my calf.
Okay. Less
But
than
like,
ideal.
because I can't, so I'm not a sprinter. I don't sprint at the
No.
best of times. So
No.
like,
You're a
I
freight
was like,
train.
I'm good to plod along here.
You just plotted.
I just plodded for 6 weeks. Yeah, we
That's
had a bye.
That's a good effort.
We had a bye at the 6 week mark. So this was my first game back after the bye. I was like against West Perth, tore it in like the second quarter. Jackson Ramsey had already done it, so he was not playing. So there was already one on the bench. So I was like, fuck, I can't not play.
Yes.
So I was just getting like, and I was getting rubs on it to try and like make it feel better. It was hurting every time. Made me feel a little bit better. Anyway, got a scan on it. It was a grade 3 tear in the middle of my calf, and I was like, I can still run, but I just can't sprint. And then I was fine.
Lewis
played the
Jetta
next
did
6
both
weeks.
his calves in the 2018 grand final. Both his calves. Had torn calves at the end of that one.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a good effort.
Yeah.
Gov.
Gov, they're talking about this one as like a car accident type injury. Like that was how Gov's was. Like he had
Yeah.
bleeding. He had bleeding between like the muscle and his internal organs.
Yep.
And there's no way to get rid of that. That's like internal bleeding. Like
Yep.
1-on-1, they couldn't drain it. They couldn't get it out. So
Yeah.
like they had to get him going. Like I've been punched in the head. How you going? Fine. Get me back out there.
Yeah.
It's the same sort of discussions. That
I remember
happen.
watching
You can see how it happened.
I remember watching Bunger. I think it was a game against the Bulldogs 2 years ago. Go back with the flight.
Oh,
Get smoked in a contest.
smoked.
Like fucking obliterated. Hit the deck and just bounce straight back
Bounced
up.
up.
Play on. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Bunger didn't fly home with the team because he had internal bleeding. And it was like, he just played the rest of the game.
I remember
Hard
that.
as a fucking cat's head.
I split. I had the bones come out my fingers one
Ouch.
day.
Oh.
I went to spoil a ball, fucking heroically on the line. Touched it as well, but I was just too far, so I extended the fingers, and it hit the middle and the whatever the opposite ring finger on the right on the top, and both the bones came straight out the front of the fingers.
Oh.
So I looked. I thought they were dislocated.
But you looked at it and there was just bone.
so they were dislocated. It's called compound dislocation.
Yeah. So it just ripped the skin.
Yeah, so the bones just came straight out the front of the fingers.
Right.
Fuck that.
That's gross.
So I looked down. I was like, "Oh boy, oh
What'd you
boy!"
do? Did you snap him back in?
Well, it was a point, right? So,
You had to take the kick in.
One more possession.
no, I just because I think I was like, "Mate, you got to take this," and I just sprinted beeline for like the bench, like just covering it though. I was like, "This is not good."
Yeah.
Straight off, straight to the dock, and they're like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I was just like, I literally just showed them, and I just put my head away, and I remember on the bench, people were like, "Whoa, shit!" Went into the rooms. They called a doctor down from upstairs. A surgeon, because you can't just pop fucking fingers back in. So they needed a
surgeon to do it.
Yeah, so
They just happened to be one at the game.
Yeah, could have been men on the board, but one of the guys that it was Pete O'Neill.
Yeah,
Pete O'Neill.
fingers in ear.
Yep, correct. He's come down, popped him back in the rooms.
Yep.
Couldn't stitch it up, so they just taped the fuck out of it.
Band-aids.
And I went back on the field. I went back on the
Couple of
ground.
band-aids will do it.
Mate, I came back on the ground with a glove, effectively a big bandage glove. And they put me forward because I was like, boys,
Can't
I can't be in the back line
Can't
one-on-one.
spoil. Yeah, can't spoil.
And so I went forward.
Just kick one.
Mate, it was the game that Nick Nat kicked the goal after the sign and win the game.
Against North.
Yeah, against North.
That's huge.
It came on. The only impact I had, I was just running. I would get a defender and I would just
Running
sprint around.
A bit like my first game.
Yeah.
And I had like a one-on-one contest like in the third quarter, and the ball came to me and I had one hand and I just fisted it out of bounds because like it was a one-on-one. Usually you just take it and wheel. I was like, I don't want to pick this up, so I just
Fuck
tapped
off.
it out of bounds.
Wasn't
Shit,
that the
that's
guy
good.
that wasn't he quite inebriated, the surgeon?
Fingers would have been pierced, mate.
Geez, I didn't ask him. I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like
Told another story about a surgeon being blind, like touching my fingers. Hey, did you say the news that? Well, I don't know. Is this new news that Tom Barris is getting offers from other clubs?
I saw it today.
I assume that all teams just start circling good players on bad teams at some point, trying to lure them away.
Makes
good
sense.
point.
It's a great point.
Like everyone would put in a call to the Eagles, go, "Hey, what's happening?"
what's
Especially because last year
TB
there was
doing?
that rumor around him going to Sydney.
Well, that's not really especially. Like he had it wasn't a rumor. He had an offer on the table from Sydney. This is confirmed.
Yep.
And he signed a long-term deal with West Coast. So then, like, that's why I'm sort of like,
Yeah.
how after signing a long-term deal, the very next year is like his name popping up in contract
The
discussions.
Sydney one was two or 3 years ago.
It was
2
last
years
year,
ago?
mate.
Yeah,
1,000%
year.
last year.
Well, in the off-season, everyone was like, Tom's
and he
gone.
signed a long-term deal last year with West Coast for like.
I would just assume, right? And
Free up the salary cap for Harley if they can get rid of it.
well,
But why didn't they do that last year? They didn't have Harley.
Didn't have Harley. They might entertain it now. They need to free some cap space
I,
up.
I've
wouldn't the agent be like peddling a bit of this stuff? Like, because teams would the Western Bulldogs leak to I don't know whoever.
mate, imagine TB at a good side.
It'd be awesome.
Right, imagine him at Collingwood.
All
Right.
Him
Australian
and Darcy
fullback
Moore.
in an
Imagine
instant.
that.
All Australian fullback, Tom Barris.
Imagine
Straight
him
away.
and Darcy Moore.
Thanks for coming.
Fucking hell.
Thanks for coming. Thank you very much for coming. So are you
He
considering
could still
any
very well
TB?
be all Australian fullback this
He
year.
just signed on for a long term.
Yeah,
Is that even? I don't know.
he's one of my
Obviously
favourite
discussion.
players on the Eagles, so it'd be sad to see him go.
Contracts
but
mean nothing these days.
You'd
though.
have to look at the if that team said we'll give you 2 first-round picks or something or more.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. He's on a long-term deal. They can't just have him.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's good that if anything, you'd have to get something really good in return.
Do you think the West Coast Eagles are one of the most underperforming lists in the AFL right now? I do.
Nah.
Let me just tell you what your list is, right? And I'm going to compare it to a side that's actually winning games this year.
Okay.
Maybe not many. Forward line.
Yep.
Waterman,
Best forward in the country.
Allen, Liam Ryan,
Hasn't played.
Jack
Came back from
Darling.
injury.
Oh,
Useless.
we're counting all in
Jack Darling, your
we're
second
counting
most
everyone?
games of all time.
We're counting
ever
everyone
played.
as in like all players.
I'm just telling you what your forward line is on your list. Underperforming
Oh, yeah,
list.
yeah, cool.
Whether he's injured or not, you're underperforming.
Sure.
Oscar Allen, your captain. Jake Waterman.
Yep.
Jack Darling.
Yep.
Liam Ryan. You can't pick holes in any of
Jamie
them.
Cripps.
One's a fucking All-Australian. One's your second most games of all time played. One was leading the Coleman 3 weeks ago, and Oscar Allen's your captain. Right? Yeah, Jamie Cripps. But you can build a forward line around that, I would have thought.
Yeah, definitely.
Midfield, Tim Kelly, Elliot Yeo, Harley Reid, Jinby, Sheed. Right?
Yep.
There's 5. Underperforming. Backline, Barris, McGovern, Hoff, like him, Liam Duggan,
Love
captain.
him.
So there's 4. There's at least 4 in every line.
The back line's the only reason why we've been able to stay close in games and win games.
No. But you don't understand what you're talking about. Performance. I'm talking about. You haven't won
You
for
said
like 3 years.
underperforming.
Yeah, correct. You're talking about like winning and losing. I'm talking about performance of players.
Right.
You are the most. I reckon you're the biggest underperforming list in the AFL.
So to perform, you have to, including playing games, right? So
You have to
Oscar Allen is underperforming because he's not played any games.
Is
that correct?
Stiff. The Oscar Allen call's pretty stiff. I understand what you're saying. That like they're underperforming to the talent that they've got. How many premiership players have they got still playing?
Let me tell you, Hawthorn's fucking the 4 from each of their lines. Right, see who's better.
Yep.
Right, their forward line. Ginnivan,
Good player.
Marby or Chol.
Charlie. Cheating. Dog. Fucking animal. Owes me a slab.
Like, I'm too. Oh no,
Mitch
he,
Lewis
He
is in
played on
there?
the Mitch Lewis. Yes, I'd have him. And
Jack Gunston.
you can have
Gunston.
Gunston and Bruce.
Well, I'll take them.
You take that over Allen, Waterman, Darling, Ryan.
I'll take that over an Allen who's not playing.
No, but mate, but Mitch Lewis isn't playing.
Exactly. Well,
No. Yeah, so we're talking about the fucking list and like they're like being able to get the job done, aren't we?
Yeah, well, in that case, I would probably take West Coast.
Great.
Wow.
Midfield. Right?
Yep.
Will Day.
Gun. He's a proper gun.
Will Day, and then we go with Warple.
Good player.
We go with
Newcomb.
Very good.
and we go with I don't know your
Connor Nash.
Connor Nash. There you go. Would you have that, or would you have Harley Reid, Elliot Yeo, Tim Kelly, Jinby? I know the answer. Dan's trying to say that you haven't underperformed as a list for the last 3 years. And the back line.
I don't think I've said that.
James Sicily, like him.
Very good player.
Frosty.
We love Frosty.
We do love Frosty. I want to hear bad words said about it.
Weddle and CJ.
CJ, good player.
Our
So
backline
is
is
Our
way
backline-
better.
Mate,
better.
West Coast beats Hawthorn's list hands down by a fucking long way. Why have you been so shit?
You're hanging on to some older players at West Coast and trying to
Who?
say...
Elliot Yo's getting offered 3 years at $2 million
Elliot
front
Yo-
end.
Elliot Yo's a star.
To throw Jack Darling in there, like, sure, Jack Darling from 5 years ago, but Jack Darling now, like, he's just
Oscar Allen,
sometimes
Jake
it's a cone out there. But
Oscar Allen, Jake Waterman, and
Jay Warden's incredible.
Liam
Oscar
Ryan.
Allen has played one game and got injured.
no, but it's the okay.
So I can't use Oscar Allen to say if my team's
The
performing
list.
or not.
The list.
Yeah, you could say that it's
Who are the other 20, though?
Who are the other 20? What?
Who are the other 20
I just
players?
named 4 from every line. You don't need fucking 20 more.
Yeah, but you need...
You just need 8
So
more.
they're your best 4 from every line, fully fit playing.
Yes.
And that's not happening at the moment
Yes.
for West Coast.
Yes.
If they were fully fit playing, which they haven't been in the last 3 years,
Right.
then you could say they've underperformed.
Okay.
But they haven't had those 12. I would hazard a
What
guess.
about underachieved?
I would hazard a guess and to say, let's say there's 70 games played over the last, or 60 games played in the last 3 years of football.
Yes.
Right, roughly 70. I would say those 16 players, 12 players, those 12 players that you just listed
Yes.
would have played all of them in one game together no more than 5 times out of 70.
So is that the reason why they're so shit?
Yeah.
I'd
They
say
just haven't played.
that's
They-
part to do with it. But also our bottom end of the list is pretty.
They're also just shit. Like, fucking hell, they're just not good.
I think their list is good.
I think they've got good
I think
players
their
on their
list
list.
is good.
They've got good
Isn't,
players
isn't
on
it
their
the thing
list.
of like your team's only as good as like your worst 10 or whatever?
But I think their list is good.
I think their list
I
is
think their
good
list is
too.
good
if it's
too,
I
but
think
I'm
their
always
list is
biased.
like. I think their list is like top 8, and they're nowhere near top 8. They just lost to North Melbourne.
I don't think their list is top 8.
All right, we're
I
gonna
think,
take.
I think their fully fit list is top 12.
We are going to take a short break. Thanks to idathletic.com. A short break from Hamish, Dan, and I talking. We're going to chat to James
Joddy
O'Donnell
Jod.
from the Western Bulldogs. He's got a big game coming up.
Massive
against
game.
The Freo Dockers. We're going to go to him right now. And in the time it takes for us to listen to this interview, I'm going to see if these boys can come up with 8 other teams with a better list than the West Coast Eagles. Thanks to ID Athletic, James O'Donnell. Rightio, joining us live from Victoria, cold, wintry Victoria, James O'Donnell from the Western Bulldogs. Now, we went to the Bulldogs, Dan, ahead of their big clash against the Dockers, and we said, we want the best chatting,
Yep.
best backman you have. And I don't, look, there might be some, I don't know, I can't even name them, right? There might be some fellas, Big Keithy, he's rolling around back there, right? Bailey Dale's running around getting handball receives. But I said, I want the best talent. And they put James O'Donnell's name up in lights. And James joins us right now on BackChat. Hello, mate. How are
James.
you?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I think Liam Jones is a little bit stiff, but I'm happy with that rap.
Yeah, fair enough. What's your nickname, James?
I get Jod a lot.
I was going to say Jod.
Great.
Yeah,
Great.
Jod's a consistent one, so that's one that a lot of the boys are rolling with.
Very good. Jod joins us on
Joddy.
BackChat. Now, real backman type areas, but I've got to start with the fact, how's the backline receiving your move forward last week, mate? Because you were forward. You weren't just sneaking down for goals. You've kicked 3 goals in your entire career, 2 of them last week. What's going on?
Yeah, look, they weren't too happy. I may not have had a little exit from the group chat. Now I'm back in. So I wouldn't say with open arms, welcome back in, but no, they've got me this week, and I hopefully will do a good job for them and be back in the mix.
Have you given some feedback to the forwards and just passed on the fact that it's not that difficult? It's the 2 big sticks, the ones in the middle of the. It's not that hard. Just kick a couple of goals.
Yeah, I haven't really, because I found it bloody hard just to get as you said, first three goals. So I'll let them do the work, but I'm happy to just stop the forwards.
Where did you play your junior footy growing up?
So I started at Kilmore Footy Club. It's just in the country Victoria, north of Melbourne, and then came up to Melbourne for school. So I ended up at Xavier College, where I played, all sort of juniors there into senior school. So
Were you backman there?
I wasn't early. I was a little whippersnapper trying to get a kick in the midfield. And then, as time went on, I actually went more forward. So I've only really started playing back when I arrived at the Bulldogs. This is the first time ever.
Brilliant.
Welcome home to the backline.
Yes, I didn't know you were from Xavier. I like that. Geelong College. We beat you in 2006 for the premiership. Actually, it was great. Now,
Here as well, I think I've heard.
what's that?
You beat us this year as well, I think.
Did we?
Stuart Edge, who's our VFL coach, he's a Geelong College man, and he let us know about it last week.
Brilliant. That sounds exactly like a Geelong Collegian, just letting everyone know when we win, not about the losses, which happens quite often. Now, your story into being picked up as a Cat B rookie, I think is highly unique. Can you just give us a little bit of insight into what happened early 2023? From my research, it sounds like you were happily playing cricket at a fairly high level. Someone said, hey, you want to come try and play footy? Like, there might be a spot on the Bulldogs list, but whatever. And you said, yeah, I'll come down and have a crack. And now here you are playing AFL footy. Yeah,
no, it is unique. It's an interesting one. I stopped playing footy for cricket, as you said, there, and it was going okay. And I thought that was a journey I could go on. But I was in the nets in the middle of winter here, and a guy named Matthew Innes, who's actually the West Coast high performance coach now.
Yeah.
He was our bowling coach at Essendon Cricket Club, and I've been thinking about coming back to footy because I'd shot up really late, and as I said, I was a little whippersnapper in the midfield, and then as I got a bit older, COVID came around, and I was 6'4" and a little bit different, so. I just said to him, can I go for a tryout at the VFL? Because I felt like that would be a fast way to go find out. And then, and then he put me in touch with Stuart Edge, who said there's a Category B thing because you haven't played in 3 years. So it all worked out weirdly. But, I just wanted to go see if I was good enough to go play footy. And if not, I would have been happy and just gone back to cricket and had a crack there. But luckily it's ended up how it has, and now I'm here. So it's pretty crazy, and it's still pinching myself to this day.
I got to say, Jod, we don't really know you. Well, I don't really know you very well. You seem like a nice young man, but there's nothing that irritates me more when someone goes, yeah, I might just give something a crack and then be very good at it and make a list. Like, I remember being in cricket nets and like just swinging air the entire time. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I wonder if I just give footy a crack and make a list.
That sounds a bit bad now I think about it, but growing up it was the classic cricket in the summer, footy in the winter, and I just loved them both and tried my best at both, but I can't say that I was starting from ground zero. I felt like footy was a plausible thing to do until I sort of went through a patch where I got a lot slower and a lot lankier and a bit giraffe-y, and then started to grow back in my body. So footy wasn't just to jump off the couch and go and have a crack sort of thing.
The family must be so proud, mate. You've got footy heritage in you. We got sporting heritage. Your old man, your granddad, AFL footballers, your old man playing a bit of cricket as well. And they must be proud watching along, seeing you chase your dream.
Yeah, no, definitely. Dad's just my brother and I played cricket and went that path, and he hadn't really had much to do with footy in a long time. So he's absolutely stoked to be back watching footy, and he's like, I come home after every game and he's watching the replay already, and I'm like, mate, what are you doing? So he's loving it, and my whole family's super proud, and they're loving watching me do what I want to do. So it's been pretty surreal for them as much as it has for me too. Now, you told us before we turned the cameras on that you're a BackChat fan, which we bloody love, Daniel.
We'd love it a lot.
Jod, the BackChat fan. So you know about the Jack Buckley medal, I'm assuming.
That's right, yeah.
You can see it. So, look, I wanted to know where that sits in terms of priorities. We've got premierships to win. We've got Brownlow medals. We've got Norms. We've got Coleman's, which you've started putting it. He's putting his hand up for that, obviously. If you look at your average as a forward, you kick 2 a game. Jack Buckley medal, where's that sit for you? Yeah, look, it's got to be up there in individual honours, I think. You've really made that your own. And I think, if we're talking Coleman's and there's not really a backs medal, so I think that's the leading taker. You've obviously got the Golden Fist to your right there, or to your left, my right. That's also a good one, but I think Jack Buckley medal's got to be up there. Alex Rance's 2016 Golden Fist, signed, sealed and delivered here to BackChat.
That was when it was in its peak of...
Prime.
Yeah, prime of handing out the Golden Fist. Nowadays, we don't even know what's going on over there. So we did feel to take it on ourselves to make something that was, that would make backmen proud, which I think we've done. Tell us about the backline over at the Bulldogs, the characters, who you love playing alongside, and then also Praddy, your backline coach, who is a friend of the family, what it's like playing under him.
Yeah, it's a good crew we got back there. Well, Jonesy's our sort of stalwart back there. He's the brick wall, and
Stalwart, we love it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he's one of the great men and one of the nicest fellas you ever meet, and always looking to help. So, but we got even Buku Kamas is new down to the back line. He's traded from the forward line, so you'll be happy with that.
Yes.
Keithy is our sort of and Jed Bustling, he's a WA man. So they're key backs with the running types that get the kicks. So there's a lot of great lads down there, and we love playing together. And then Praddy, only started this year, but made a huge impact. And again, a great fella, one to have a beer with, and he's been great.
The assistant coaching ranks at the Bulldogs very high level in my opinion.
Yeah.
Matt Spanger looking after
Another
the
friend of
forward
the family.
line. Daniel Pratt looking after back. Who's the midfield coach?
Brendan Lade. Have you ever come across him?
No, we haven't had him on BackChat, but I'd like to.
Yeah, he's a ripper. He's great. So he's one you definitely have to get to know, I think.
Who at training has to take Aaron Norton when you guys are doing some match sim? Do you guys just sort of draw a short straw or something, or you fighting
it's a bit of luck of the draw, because if you don't get Aaron, you'll get Jamara, and then if you don't get Jamara, well, Sam Darcy's a tough ask. Then if you don't get Sam Darcy, you might get Lobby. So it doesn't get any easier, but it's a fast way to get better, that's for sure. So in the pre-seasons, you're not rolling in thinking, oh, geez, it's going to be a easy day. You roll into to some hard work.
Hey, Nick, it's Jonesy. He's our BackChat backman, right? Liam Jones at the Bulldogs. Is that correct? Right. I think we need to make a change, boys. I got to be honest. Liam Jones has been great, but I feel like Jod want to put his name up in lights here.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, 100%.
All right,
Lock it in.
Ladies and gentlemen, happy to announce our new BackChat backman at the Western Bulldogs, James O'Donnell. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Lock him in.
He's going. I don't know what that means, but I'll tell you what it means.
But it's an honour nonetheless.
Well, you're going to get added to an Instagram group very shortly. It is made up of the best backmen at every football club. It will be the highlight of the rest of your year.
Can Jonesy stay in the chat? Can we have 2 Bulldogs? One, so he's not off.
Jonesy hasn't engaged. Got to be honest.
Yeah,
true. We've invited Jonesy.
Okay.
He's given us
it's just
donuts.
as much about engagement as it is just being in the group.
It's all about engagement. It's all about taking the piss out of yourselves, midfielders and forwards. That's pretty much what it comes with. We'll get some merch over to you as well. But you got to do a promise for us. Good luck this weekend, of course, against the Dockers. Big game coming up for both sides. But we'd just like to see some real dour acts. We'd love to see a spoil instead of a mark. We'd love to see you block for your teammate, a smother, a scrag. Just something off the ball that no one really gets other than the big key defenders. Can you do that for us?
Yeah, I'll make sure, and if I do it, I'll definitely be thinking about you.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe we just write BackChat on the wrist or something. Mate, it's been a pleasure. Great banter, great chat, and we'll be watching on for our future BackChat backman of the year.
Yeah.
Jack Buckley, medalist, potential, James O'Donnell. Thanks for joining us, mate.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm a backman.
Hi, I'm Gov, and I'm a Paywise ambassador.
And you're a backman.
And a Paywise ambassador. And a lot of people are always asking me what a novated lease is about.
What exactly do you tell them about, mate? Spoiling, winning premierships, all Australians, mate. It's all you're good for. You're a backman.
Yeah, and more. Schoey, you're a big dog in the media now. Arguably the biggest in Australia, if you ask yourself. I've spoken to a lot of Paywise customers, and I'm a man of the people.
Is that right, man of the people? What do you speak to the customers about? Your All-Australian jackets you won while I was playing on your man in the back line?
I wouldn't even know where my All-Australian jackets are, actually. But I do know the best way to get a new car is through Paywise novated leasing.
Is that right?
Guaranteed.
Tell you what, champion, you sound like you know a lot about novated leases. Tell me all about it.
Well, novated leases allow you to pay for your car using pre-tax income. So you pay much less tax and save heaps of money.
Save heaps of money. Now, it's all starting to make sense why Moneybags McGovern wants to get involved.
No, I'm serious. It does not matter how much money you make. Novated leases from Paywise allow you to make one payment each payday. And that covers your vehicle finance, insurance, registration, fuel, servicing and tyres.
You all right there, mate? You better tell Maddie then, because she runs all your bank accounts, doesn't she?
Yes, she does, and as you know, Schoey, happy wife, happy life. We made it. There's a calculator on the Paywise website that shows you what the costs are based on the type of car, your salary, how much you drive. Check it out and find out how much you'll save with Paywise.
Does the calculator calculate how much of your contract you're going to have to give to Harley to keep in the club next year?
No, it depends how his back holds up, because I've been carrying you for the last 10 years.
Okay, righto. Well, we're backmen. We love Paywise. If you want to find out more, contact Paywise today about novated leasing. Any danger of you actually letting your lines, big fella?
I am a backman, not a lineman, a backman.
We know.
Yeah, I know. We all know.
You've got the touch.
What have you got?
Yeah,
You got the
man.
power.
Oh, fucking yeah. I do want to say before we get into our good friends at TABtouch, I went through the list. I want to revise my initial question I posed to you.
Yep.
West Coast, the most underperforming team in the AFL. We know that. They're shit. They don't win. I think if you lined up every side and you got their 12 best, so they're 4 forwards, 4 backs, 4 mids,
Yep.
they would sit top 8. Now, we did that in the break.
And
They're 9th. No, they're 10th.
They're like, yeah, they're 10th.
They're
I reckon.
10th. We
There's
had
some
9
debate
better.
out on a couple of teams too,
Oh, they're somewhere between 8th and 12th.
which is where I put them.
I will also just.
So you're right? You want me to say that?
No,
I will just say as well, all this talk about underperforming, et cetera. At the start of the season, I believe both of you,
Said they
and
would only win
probably
2
more
games,
than
yep.
you, Schoey, you said they'll probably win 2 games, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they've won 3 games at the bye. If they end up with 5 or 6,
They
would
just
you
lost the
say
North.
that's a successful season?
No, they just lost the North.
No, but you said that they would win 2 games this season,
So
and they've won 3.
Yeah, so they.
So have they underperformed or have they exceeded your expectations?
I feel like I'm on the roller coaster, like all of you fucking West Coast fans. Like, it's like, oh yeah, we're awesome, we love Harley, and now we're like, I don't know where I'm at with them, mate. If they win 5 or 6, is it a tick?
Yeah, a tick, considering you thought they'd win 2.
No, I don't. No, I think they're underperforming as an entire team.
There's
I think-
probably 2 games that they definitely should have won this season already to put us to 5
Yeah, the
wins.
last 2 weeks, St Kilda and North Melbourne.
What they
2
should.
shit sides at
We'll
home.
beat Essendon.
in
We'll
a
beat
row.
Essendon to Marvel, 100%. We're beating Essendon.
I honestly, and this is just, I don't think West Coast win another game all year.
Great, love it. I'm more on that than anything you've just said.
And I'll tell you why. I think teams realise now that you have to just tag Harley Reid. He's like, I know he's 18, but like you just got to put some attention to him, and he'll get attention every week. And
Elliot Yeo has to play like he did in the last quarter against St Kilda.
Elliot
so he
Yeo has
doesn't-
to play
against North Melbourne. So
West Coast would have won by 80 points if they played like they played in that last quarter of the entire game.
yeah, but they,
They
didn't,
didn't.
and they can't.
Yeah. So it shows no, they can.
No, not for a whole game.
yeah,
Otherwise
That's
they would
the-
have.
That's
and
the point
beaten
of
They
them.
did it
AFL.
against Fremantle.
Our good
They
friends.
did against Fremantle.
Jeez,
Yeah.
you love to hang your hat on some things. West
Harley
Coast
Reid
fans.
gets tagged every game for the rest of the year, and they lose. They don't win a game.
TABtouch. Give us about now. Hammer.
Yep.
And Dan. We run many things here at BackChat.
Yep.
I don't want to list them all, but there's a lot of them.
Heaps of them.
But I would like to think that we are consistent.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah.
We've never missed an episode.
If
since
we're anything,
inception.
we're consistent.
Yeah,
Right.
we've literally just changed the entire setup of this program.
Where we
But we're
sit,
fucking
we're-
consistent.
We're not planning
Yeah,
anymore.
we're
It's
consistent.
New year, new us.
Yeah.
Apart from our bet with TABtouch.
No,
You've
would-
we
changed
don't
it.
change it.
No, we're not changing.
Oh no, fuck no.
Absolutely
God,
not.
no, yeah, I was gonna
We're not
say.
changing because just like you said on Monday,
Yeah.
we sit on black all day.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
turn to red and it fucking flips black.
Yes.
So we are going again with this time. When all else fails and when all else is in turmoil and you need to put a bet on, thanks to our good friends at TABtouch, and you download the TABtouch app and you think which back line is going to keep an entire forward line with any individual kicking less than 3 goals, you look to Jack Buckley in the GWS
Fucking oath you
Giants,
do.
right?
You look to the reigning Jack
He's our
Buckley
guy.
medalist who's back this week.
Yes.
And you go,
How
they
many weeks
aren't.
did he miss? 5 weeks?
Yeah,
Or
he
something?
missed quite a few weeks.
Didn't win many games while he was
No,
out.
they
And he's
didn't.
back. And
Funny
they're
that
back.
shock. You turn to the greatest defender in the game.
So I would download the TABtouch app. I would
Yep.
get on this bet. I would
they
ride this with us.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Port Adelaide. Forward line. See you later.
Charlie Dixon's out.
No, don't worry about the forward line, is he?
Yep.
Don't worry about the forward line. Sam Taylor, Jack Buckley, Himmy, or the Himmyberg.
Old Himmelberg.
Right, they're down there.
Connor
I think. Connor.
Connor Iden.
Right, the boys get it done. They keep any
they
Port
do.
Adelaide player None will kick 3 goals. We will
No
win this
way.
bet.
Absolutely.
Right, we will win this bet. Don't you worry about that. Thanks to our friends at TABtouch. But just remember, what's gambling costing you? For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au. Now, we've got 2 things we want to do before I have to leave.
Which one do we want to do? Because we've got 2 options. We can
We
talk
have-
about all Australian teams, or we can do a trivia. We can do some BackChat trivia, which we are going to be doing at
I
the
would
Weevil
like to do
Hotel
the
soon.
Australian little peek at that.
You wanna do
and I
Australians?
would like to let everyone know that we're about to do some quiz.
Okay, we're
And
about
it's going to be
quiz.
Hammer v Schoey. So
Wow.
I'd like to do the All-Australian shortlist stuff,
Yes.
but I would like to just prelude the fact that we're about to do a quiz.
We could do a couple of questions.
No,
As a little taste?
no.
We're quizzing.
No, I want head-to-head. I want me being better than Hammer.
Understood. Yep.
So
right.
we do joke around here on BackChat. Like I said, we're many things here on BackChat.
Yep.
Right, when we are consistent. But
And, yeah,
what I would
and
like to say, and what
drugstores.
I've been missing, is me going ahead and taking
Competition.
people on.
Yeah, of
Right?
course, yeah,
It's too easy against blokes like Dan West Coast.
Yeah, sure.
Too easy.
It is.
Okay, you said 2 wins. We won 3. Underperforming. I don't know. You're all over the place.
I
So it
want
is hard
some
to compete
competition.
with someone
Yeah,
when they're all
sure,
over the
sure.
place.
I
saying
want some
different things.
competition, and
Okay.
you and I are going head-to-head in just a little bit.
In a
Tell me
little
about
bit.
the All-Australian.
All right, so this week, the AFL, I think for the first time ever, let us behind the curtains, as you would, and say and have a look at the conversation around the All-Australian team.
Right.
So usually we just get a 40-team squad, right?
Yeah, we
and
do.
then like here's what we've decided
40-man
with
squad, yeah.
40-man squad. We'll put it down to whatever 24. What is it?
22.
22.
Just the team.
Just the team.
Yeah.
But now they've come out and said, here's all the guys we're chatting about. And there's people from every team. I'm going to first let you guys guess who on West Coast and who on Fremantle do you think is being discussed for the All-Australian
So
team?
this isn't like speculation. They've
no,
come out and said...
they've come out and
this is who-
they've listed it.
So Glenn Jakovic and Matt Pavlich, I believe, are the 2 West Australian representatives on this.
Yes.
So I hope they're pushing WA guys.
They
So
are.
if I'm West Coast, Jake Waterman, definitely.
Do we know who's on the panel? Do you have that?
I saw Buckley doing something
Yeah,
in
no,
the
The Buckley
video.
sounds good.
Do you know any other one, Nick?
Eddie Betts, is he still on
I
the
think,
panel?
Oh, yes, Betts.
Who's
Betts definitely
who's
is.
the Channel 7 reporter, female, used to play. She's very good.
Aaron Phillips.
No.
Abby Holmes.
Abby Holmes.
Holmes.
I think Abby Holmes is on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She took over from Lingy. Stinky Ling.
Oh, there you
Kane
go.
Corns is on it.
Kane Corns is on it. Yep,
Absolutely. Okay.
Okay.
So from West Coast, I would say that Jake Waterman.
Being
definitely.
spoken about. Has to be.
Yep.
Jeremy
I think
McGovern.
Jeremy McGovern
Yes.
and Tom Barrass would have to be spoken about.
Yes.
And this is going to annoy me, but I think
I'm glad they're talking about Tom Barrass.
I think that I think they'd be caught up in the fanfare, and Harley Reid would have got mentioned at least once or twice, which is just dumb because he shouldn't be.
Wrong.
Elliot Yeo's been talking.
Yes.
Got to be. Oh yeah, sweet.
There's one more backman.
Coffee.
Brady Hoff.
That's a very good shout, but it's not
Tommy
Liam
Cole.
Liam Duggan.
Yeah.
Who had 4 spoils against North Melbourne.
So did he?
He had
We had a
4
chat to him.
spoils.
So hang on a minute. They're talking about 3 defenders in the second worst team in the country.
That's interesting.
But they are incredible.
They're
Yeah,
seeing a lot
they're
of
very
ball.
good. They're very good.
Seeing
They
a
are
lot of
seeing
ball.
heaps of footy.
All right, should we go to Freo? Any guesses on Freo?
Sarong,
Yes.
Jackson,
Yes.
Pierce,
Ryan,
Clark.
Okay, you've got Pearce and Ryan. There's one other.
They're not talking about Clark.
No Clark.
They haven't talked about Jordan Clark.
They have not talked about Jordan Clark.
Fucking give me a spell. One other.
Jeremy Sharp.
No, another good shout, but he isn't.
Not
Josh Tracy?
Not
No.
one of their forwards. Another backman. No, a midfielder.
Midfielder.
Hayden Young?
Hayden Young.
Yes.
No, Hayden Young.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. I mean, we love
Nick,
Youngie,
Can you just?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Hayden
it's
Young's
Young.
good.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Hayden Young is on there. It's on the list.
mate. Jordan Clark needs to have a little discussion.
So,
around.
Schoey, last week you put out your sort of.
Yep.
I did. And
Yes.
you're about to go into that. I spoke to Jacko. I asked Jacko a question just on those names. I said, does anyone ever enter the conversation after this chat? And he said, very rare. If you're not in
Really?
the
By
players we're
mid-season?
talking about at mid-season, very rare that you'd enter because it's all Australian for the year.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had a good enough first half of the year,
yeah.
you can't just.
Sure.
He said you'd have to go on and get like
Go on a
10 best
tear.
on ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So Jordan Clark's not all Australian this year. I'm disappointed in that.
Okay. Well, there's
My team.
Your team. Okay, so there's one player from your team that didn't make this current list.
One player today they didn't get chatted about.
Yeah, overall.
For,
There's a lot of players that-
Langford.
No.
Oh.
It's a backman and one of our favourites.
What did I say? Harris Andrews, Sam Collins. Collins.
Sam Collins is currently not in the discussion for All Australian.
That's absolutely ludicrous.
That's
Mac Andrew is.
Yes.
Sam Collins isn't.
Correct.
fuck.
So I've got a lot. I
Mac
don't know-
Andrews been
You don't have to go through the whole.
Yeah, I won't go through the whole list, but it's
So I did pretty well.
You did very well. I think that's pretty interesting for them to give a list because, like, do you think this spurs on players to like go, all right, it's time to?
Well, like I said, like there's not if you're not on the list, bad luck. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, right.
Pack it up for 2025.
Yeah, or just try and have team success.
So now,
and play the sport that you are playing.
Premiership.
so now we have like how we have the snubs who didn't get picked in the last 22.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna have the snubs that went from the 70 to the 40.
Yeah.
Sam Collins,
Just-
Jordan Clark. How are we not talking about him?
That's phenomenal.
Give me the quiz.
Yeah,
I'm
let's quiz.
I'm absolutely like.
You're about to go to.
I'm
You're
wound
about to
up.
go to pink.
Tell me, there's a sting or something.
Give us the intro.
It's the GWS theme song. It's done by the Cat Empire.
Quiz. Okay.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay, if you're listening along, we need a name for the quiz.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. And we are going to be doing BackChat trivia at the Leaderville Hotel soon.
Yeah,
Oh, we
soon.
are.
Not
August-
obviously not
is
right
it
now, we're not
August?
there.
Yeah, it's in August.
August 22nd, I think.
Yeah, it's
but
in
we'll,
August.
we'll confirm when it gets closer.
at least
We're
2
going to
months
do
away.
tables. Tables at 10. Come down to the Leaderville Hotel. Hosted by Mark Reddings. Wow.
Skeeter will be
It's going to be so good. So come down.
So how's this going to work?
So basically, here's how it's going to work. We've got a little better music. Why don't you hit it? Give us this little something. Yeah.
Nice. I like
Okay.
it.
So I'm going to ask a question. Buzz in with your name. Okay. If you get it wrong, the other person gets to hear the rest of the question. If you go early,
Yep.
all have a chance.
Of course.
Now,
course.
here's how I can win. Right?
Okay. Dan.
If neither of you get it right,
He's gonna
I
ask-
get the point.
Dan's going to ask the hardest questions ever.
Dan gets the
I didn't
answer 'cause he's looking at it.
Dan wins.
I didn't write the questions, but if neither of you,
You just
get one
get it.
right, I get the point.
Have you got the answer in front
I
of you?
like that.
Yeah, I
like
I
that
will
a
say I like
it's probably
that.
the only chance
we
I have
buzz
of
in with
winning
our
something.
name?
Buzz in with your name. If you go early, I'll give it to you. You don't have to hear the full
Yeah,
question.
sure.
Should we do a test?
Go, can I test your buzzers, boys?
Hammer.
Dredger.
Yeah, nice.
Great. Give us the bet again, please, because I can't do it.
How many questions? What's it out of?
Look, we've got 15 to go through, but look,
No, we're
we
not
don't-
doing 15.
No, we're not doing 15.
We're not doing 15. This isn't
I
fucking
will-
sale of the century.
no, but I think
Clean rich
let's-
fucking hot as fucking.
Let's do 7.
7.
7. Happy with 7?
Best of 7.
Okay.
But like if you get the first 4, it's done.
Okay.
It's a best of 7 series. NBA Finals is on.
And if it's
Let's
a
not
draw,
talk
we
about
get a one tiebreaker.
You're done.
Yep.
It can't be a draw with the best of 7.
We can. We could both get them all wrong.
3
Actually, that's a
3,
great
and I
question.
get 1.
Yeah, that's you're very smart.
Okay,
That's
here we
what I
go.
sort of think.
First one. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, this is the first. Okay.
First one. All right, ready with your buzzers, please.
Ready with my buzzer.
Okay, first question. How many Rising Star winners has Fremantle had?
Dredger.
Yes.
Is there a countdown clock?
Yeah, I'll count you down in a second.
1.
Wrong.
Incorrect. Buzz. Hammer. 2. Jager O'Meara and Luke Jackson.
Wrong. Dan
Pavlich?
gets the point.
Pavlich? What was
No,
it?
Hazelby, Palmer, and Sarong.
Reese Palmer.
Rising Star
Caleb
winners.
Sarong got it.
Didn't Jager O'Meara win a Rising Star?
Was he at Gold Coast?
Yeah, but he's at Freo now.
Oh, wow.
Didn't Jai Amos get it?
No,
No,
right.
he
it's-
didn't.
Luke Jackson won it too.
But he won it at Melbourne.
Oh.
What was the question? Repeat the question.
How many Rising Star winners have Fremantle had? I think that's
Yep. You
that's,
got me
that's
on the
fine. So I get the
technicality.
point.
I'm actually on your side.
1 point for Dan. Let's go.
Oh, I mean, I would have got it wrong
All right,
anyway.
question 2.
I'm-
Which club and season did a single team receive the most Brownlow votes?
Fuck me. Like, do I look like a fucking encyclopedia?
No, this is easy.
Buzz Hammer.
Yep.
Oh,
Just your name's fine.
2006 West Coast Eagles.
Wrong.
Dredger.
Yeah.
Tough quiz early.
Oh, do you mean? Like, how the fuck am I meant to know that? I don't know. Western Bulldogs, fucking 2016.
Wrong. 2000 Essendon. That was so easy.
Was it?
Lost 1 game the entire season.
Well, I was 3. So.
Sorry, it was 24 years ago.
Okay, yeah. That was an easy one, was it?
Well, you can't
Hammer
change
was
the stats
2.
just because it was 24 seasons ago.
Nick's fucking whinging and moaning over there. That was an easy one. I'd love it if anyone's listening along.
I
Going,
actually
Gee, that
guessed
was
that.
easy.
Fuck, that was easy.
Dan's on 2 points, having a rip.
Hang on a minute.
ripping
Did you
start.
get that, did you?
No, if you get it, both get it wrong, I get the point.
yeah, sweet,
That's the
okay.
problem. Okay, question 3. Who kicked the This is a rough one. Who kicked the 2001 goal of the year?
I mean, do you understand how fucking dumb you blokes are?
I didn't write the question.
Let's do
Hammer.
a quiz.
Hammer.
Let's do a
Yes.
quiz.
Ashley
No one
Seppi.
knows the answer.
Right team. That's a clue.
What's the question?
Who won the
Please.
goal of the year in 2001?
Dredger, 2001.
And he played at West Coast.
Oh, Dredger Scott Cummings.
Nah, Mark Miranda. Do you know when Nick was going through these questions with me before, I said, Nick, no one is getting that. He goes, nah, Hammer will definitely get that.
I'll definitely get that.
Please
I was
continue.
fucked.
Dan
I was
needs one more
born
to
in
win.
1998.
One more to go.
All right, here we go. This is a gettable
The
one.
pink concert starts soon, by the way.
I was
Oh, Nick, are you moving that one up? Is that-
just
Okay,
remember that I was 2.
Question 4.
Back then.
Who won the 2002 Coleman Medal?
I was 4. Fucking hell.
He's moved it up. So
To
Nick's,
be honest,
so Nick's moved.
He thought this was a gettable
Yeah,
one.
I know. That's what I mean. He's moved it up. So this is the easiest one. Oh,
Can I just stop? Can I stop you there? Because you're not going to get it. I'm going to ask the next one that we
Is
had.
it Jonathan Brown?
No,
Hammer.
it
Jonathan
wasn't.
Brown.
Dredger 2002 Coleman Medal. What? Is he not,
I said
what's
John
he-
Brown.
Uh,
Brendan
You got it.
Favola.
Find it.
I don't know. I don't fucking know. Fucking idea. Fucking
Who was
Matthew
it?
Lloyd.
Here we go.
David Neitz.
Oh, fucking hell. Neatsy.
He's
Okay,
bumped
can
that
I?
up.
I just want to ask you this question, which
You've
I think
had
should have been the
a
right one.
Fucking howler here, Nick. I'll let you know that right this second.
Okay, question 5. Who replaced Jared Neesham as the Freo coach?
Hammer. Mark Harvey.
Wrong.
The only other friend.
Jared Nation. Dredger Chris Connolly.
No.
Okay. When did Jared Neesham give over the reins? In 1994 or something? I was.
What year was it? 99.
Okay, yeah, I was 1.
So
Fucking
what's
hell.
the answer?
Damien Drum.
Don't. Drummy.
So you're on 5, are you? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We might as well go through the 7
There were
questions.
15 questions.
No, let's
Okay,
go to the
In
7.
2009, Paul Chapman won the Norm Smith Medal on a countback with 9 votes.
Dredger.
Which?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Steve Johnson.
No, that's not
Okay,
the
yeah,
answer.
sweet.
The rest of the question
I'd
was,
like to continue.
which player also received 9 votes?
In what year?
2009.
2009. Paul Chapman won the Norm Smith Medal on a countback
Oh.
with 9 votes. Which
I
player
think
also
I would've
received
said-
9
I would have
votes?
said Steve Johnson.
Hammer Gary Ablett.
Wrong. Jason Graham. Jason Graham.
Oh, you're a fucking idiot, Nick. That's 6. All right, next one. You had one chance at this, mate, and you fucking.
I'd love to hear the YouTube comments on this.
Trusted
Okay.
our abilities. Jason Graham tying for the Norm Smith in 2009. What fucking abilities do you think we have? What do you think we fucking do? I just told you on a Thursday night I go home and put a dressing gown on and watch Thursday night footy, not fucking whack off to fucking stupid random AFL stats, you idiot.
I was 2, 3, 1, and 4 for a lot of these questions.
Okay, so
All right.
okay, great. So question 6, so 6-0 at the moment.
I've got 6 points.
Yep.
Question 7.
This is pretty good.
Who came second in the 2005 Brownlow Medal?
Dredger.
Yes.
So
What the
2005, so
fuck?
we won it. Okay. Like, was it Daniel Kerr?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
After 7 questions,
You've got the touch.
Will, 1 point.
I win.
Hamish,
I win.
Brayshaw,
So I win.
0.
I
Dan,
win.
6 points.
Too good for me, mate.
Like,
What a quiz.
I
Wow.
don't know. I don't
That's
know.
that's a tough quiz.
I don't know how else to give any more feedback on that than I gave to you.
Okay, so I think we know Nick for the future.
Can we get some YouTube comments? Let's get the YouTube comments
I-
and see how many you guys got.
Okay, so whoever wrote these questions gets Stitch Up of the Year. That's from Zenith.
Yeah.
Zenith Harper.
Oh, it's a tough quiz. No
YouTubers,
question.
we love you. I've got the
You got the pink concert,
the
yeah,
opening
yeah.
song of the pink concert's coming up, so I'm gonna have to rip through these. I wanted to do this before I left because I thought it was brilliant. Some absolutely brilliant. You send it. We hardly read it's coming
Yeah,
through.
good.
So we did put a call out last week and said, hey,
Yep. Hey,
you want to
it's
send
been
it through?
shit.
We might read it.
It's-
It's been fucking amazing this week.
Good.
I've got to be honest.
Love it, love it.
So maybe Nick's been preoccupied by the
Yeah,
email
the
side of
hardly read
things,
it, yeah.
and he just threw some questions together. Didn't really think about them. hello@backchatpodcast.com.au. Send them through because they've been brilliant this week.
sure.
So this one came through. It's directed at you.
Understood.
right? Firstly, love the podcast and listen to every episode.
Thank you.
All right.
Perfect. Love
so
that.
big time listener.
Feedback.
For over a year now, I have struggled to sit by and listen to Hammer
Okay.
mispronounce the word Novated.
Yeah.
Now that he is employed by Paywise, I can't stand by any longer and listen to him say Novated.
Okay.
It is pronounced Novated, not Novated. I look forward to hearing the correcting in coming episodes. Thank you.
No.
Dead serious.
Okay, well, that's unfortunate because
Dead serious.
Signed,
Dead
Frank
serious.
Agostino.
So on the back of that, I said, I saw the email come through and said, Hammer, how you going at your new job? Hammer said, mate, just have a fucking look at this. So, Hamish Brayshaw, thanks to Paywise, BackChat, powered by Paywise. This is Hammer's first client at his new job. Let's have a look.
Hello, Shane speaking.
Oh, hey Shane, how are you, mate? This is Hammer calling from Fleet Network. Paywise, same
G'day,
thing.
mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
That's a voice I should probably recognise.
How are you, mate?
Yeah,
Mate,
just reaching out.
no, that's all right. So you're looking to Novated yourself a lease?
I am, mate. I am.
Yeah.
So, our current car's just been shit. Hello, Shane speaking.
Oh, hey Shane, how?
That's very good.
Mate, you've rolled it out. You've had your first money sign up. Shane, he's a BackChat listener.
Shane, well, Shane actually hasn't signed on the dotted line yet. Shane,
All right, Shane-o.
Shane's thinking.
Come on,
well,
Shane.
I've put him a couple of quotes of Toyota Corolla Cross Hybrid and then the plug-in EV with the Mitsubishi. So Shane will Novated
it's a
himself
good
a lease,
choice.
no
So
question
very
about
good
that.
If you want to Novated yourself a
If
lease,
you want to Novated yourself a lease,
Paywise.com.au.
hit up Paywise.com.
Before July 1st, is that a thing? Is that a
There's
good
some
option?
deals going
Right,
with some certain
okay.
cars, but any time's a good time. And just put BackChat in there, and I'll get the lead.
Great.
I want to
Very
read a
good.
couple more of these. I'm going to be so late for my pink
One
concert.
one
but
last
I
thing. Can I
couldn't
just say,
can.
Melm on YouTube paid for a super comment.
Hey!
Love that. We do love a super comment.
Super comment. Super
Said
comment.
shout out for Flag Hawk from the Melm.
Okay.
So
Excuse me?
Flag cock.
shout out for Flag Hawk from the Melm.
Oh, yep.
Flag Hawk.
What is happening?
No idea.
That was a super comment.
Yep.
Was it super or was it platinum comment?
$2.99 for that.
Melm. Thanks,
Mel.
you.
We
Melman.
bloody love it. Oh, you got another. You sent it. We hardly read it. Hello, lads. Patreon back flanker Matty Miller here from
Oh,
Tassie.
well
Love
done.
it. Well done,
Right.
Matty.
Ticking a lot of boxes.
Yeah. Could be a fullback.
This is from. Yeah, correct. Yeah, we could just step it up and put it in the format. No, we love it.
No, we do
absolutely
love it,
You
Matty
wanna
Miller.
sign up as a cage member, our VIPs. You can do that over at backchatstudios.com.au. Thought I'd share this with you for some podcast content. $49 for admission to see 3 times day costs. I mean, fair enough. If you're a Collingwood nuff/flog, you could probably spare that from your Centrelink payments. But for an extra $80, yes, $80, you get to have a picture taken with them. What a fucking bargain. So this is obviously the little sporties, the 3 day costs are rolling out.
yeah.
Josh, Nick and their dad.
For $40.
$49 for admission.
And $80 extra for a photo.
Yeah, that's correct.
Do they sign it at least? One of those Polaroids that sort of blow on and...
Are they naked? I don't know what's happening.
Wow. Is Dan painting them?
Last time here, Daniel.
job too.
You know what, Dan? I'm going to read this one and then you can finish off the show for me. Is that all right?
Sure thing.
G'day, legends and part-time. G'day, legends and part-timer Dan.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Yeah, correct. You've been away a
Upper
lot.
Gabar, boys.
Hey,
Upper Gabar.
hey, welcome back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
good
Thanks
to
for
have
having
you
me.
back.
Yeah, I was waiting for a big welcome, but
I said welcome off camera.
We did.
Yep.
Troy McCussy.
Yep.
Um, with the 19th team getting released, do you think it would be better to have an uneven amount of teams? That way, only one team every week has to, up to round 19, has a bye. Then, by let's say round 15, you have to be in the top 6 to get the second bye. This would make it fair. I'm already confused. This would make it fair all year round for teams getting a rest and coming into finals. The teams that are likely to stay in the top 8 get that second rest going in. This would make it so much better for my fantasy team also, as I only have 9 guys in my team playing this week. But also Sydney had 2 byes before Bulldogs or even West Coast even have 1. Cheers, lads. Will my finger do? I'm going to let you answer it. I just looked at the time. I'm genuinely going to miss the first active pink. So
No, so worry, mate. You get out of here.
Hey, let us know. If you've been listening along, you thought it was better, thought it was easier, thought it was funner. We did no prep. So you'll be saving us a lot of time if it was any good.
All right, so 19 teams.
So, yeah.
A bye.
You've still got your headphones in. Anyway,
That's
continue.
all right. Thoughts on that, Hammer?
Yeah, best
Schoey's
quiz
filthy
ever.
about losing the quiz.
Should they have... I think one team should have a bye every week, yes. I think then it gets difficult at the 16-game mark. I think... Yeah, how do you do it from there? It's a great question.
I reckon maybe one team has to play twice.
I'll tell you what I think. I think the reverse. I think you get 17, 18 buys. You get up to round 19. And then the bottom 6 teams get a bye. Because they can't...
Yeah, what's
they're
the
not gonna
point?
make
Yeah,
finals.
what's the point of even
of
playing
you guys even playing?
Yeah, you're rubbish
know?
anyway.
You guys suck.
Last email here from Stefan or Stephen. I never know which one it is.
Stephen with a PH for Teven.
Yep. Hey, Dan. This is directed at me, but you're here too. So,
I
hey,
know,
Hammer.
yeah,
Since there's no BackChat basketball show, I thought this would be the next best way to get you to talk basketball. Since the Mavs are about to get swept at best, a gentleman's sweep, which is probably that, what changes are needed in the Mavs lineup next season? From an outsider's point of view, they're too dependent on Luka and Kyrie to always provide and in Game 3, Luka seemed too busy complaining about missed calls rather than getting his ass back to defend. Well, you called 4 fouls on him in the fourth quarter. It shouldn't happen in the finals for a superstar. To all the others that work at BackChat, come Saturday Arvo, please do a welfare check on Dan to make sure he has a shoulder to cry on. All the best. Lakers to be the 24-25 champs. PH
Are
Steven.
you a Mavericks fan, Dan?
I've been a Mavericks fan since about 2003, and I've had some highs and lows. We won a championship.
Dirk was pretty good, wasn't
Dirk was very good. We lost the championship in 2006, won in 2011. We're in the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago, and now we're in the finals again. So it's been a bit of a ride.
But are you guys going to lose?
The Celtics are 3-0.
Never-
3-0 up, and no team has ever come back from 3-0 in the finals. It's 162-0 or something, where a team has been up 3-0. The thing that needs to happen, we need to get another ball handler.
You can always be that one, mate, though.
That's true.
No one's ever done it until someone's done it.
Luka Doncic said that yesterday and said it's not over until it's over, and someone has to be the first one to do it. So in that, like, Mavs in 7, that's all I'm saying. I don't really want to talk about the Mavs. They're sort of breaking my heart.
I couldn't name 8 basketballers.
I
I don't think I could. LeBron James.
Yeah, one.
Steph Curry.
Yep.
You've just told me Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
Yep. Kevin
Durant. Kevin Garnett was one that I could have named earlier. That's 5. Is Dellavedova still playing?
No, in the NBL, yes.
Disappointing, doesn't count. Who's that other
Kawhi?
Aussie? Ben Simmons is an Aussie.
Correct.
Is Paddy Mills still shooting around?
He is, yes.
7, and then who would you say just then?
Kawhi
Leonard.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
There you go. That's 8. I'd struggle to get, like, realistically, 20 would be a tough get for me.
Okay.
Because Joe Ingles still plays, doesn't he? He's an Aussie. There's another one. Aaron Baines is an Aussie. Is he in the NBA? Or
he almost never played again because he had some crazy injury.
Okay, well, I'd really struggle to get to 20.
Okay, well, that's all right.
That's not my sport, mate. I'm obviously a footy guy. Next quiz.
You are. Are you playing this weekend?
No, we're going to buy. We're going to buy this week.
Nice, well done. We'll be back Monday at 4:30, of course, every Monday, every Friday. BackChat Studios on YouTube. If you're just listening and you want to check out what we do live, if you've got a little Monday Arvo free time, you get involved in the chat like Melm did.
Yeah, Melm.
$2.99 to Flag Hock. I really don't. I assume that might be some sort of link to when we do Flag Mantle and.
Who's Hock though?
I don't know.
What's Hock?
Melm, if you're there.
Yeah, Melm, what's Flag Hock?
You
don't need to pay another $2.99 to tell us what it is. But
so Melm has actually just commented and said, $2.99 well spent.
Yeah. Yes, Melm. That's good from Melm.
So,
yeah. Well, if you want to Novated yourself a lease, just hit me up back at paywise.com.au. Put your details in, put Hammer's name in there or BackChat, and I'll Novated you a lease.
Very good. Mondays and Fridays, 4:30. We also do the Shelter Footy Cast on Mondays and Thursdays. The 4 Drive podcast is hum along. Liam Duggan's on it, who came in the other day with a half a lip. After
he's in the 70s. He's in the 70-person
talkabout
squad.
And he's the host of the 4 Drive podcast with Ronnie Dahl. So lots going on. Just head to backchatstudios.com.au for all of that. Hammer, I'll see you on Monday.
Yeah, I'll see you Monday.
All right, see ya.